Hi everyone, my name is Mari Logoreci. My project was focused on women in art, and women in art education. Gender and gender roles play such an important part and an important aspect of art and art education because women have been the subjects and the artists behind the artworks for centuries, just as men have. However, women have been a more prominent figure and prominent subject in art because we were always either muses for men or muses for commissioners, so on and so forth. So I really wanted to talk about gender and gender roles because gender and gender roles have changed so much within hundreds and thousands of years that we have been producing art. And I think women have such an important part in gender roles when it comes to art as well as society in general. So women in art, centuries ago, during Egyptian times, during archaic times, during ancient Greek, ancient Roman times, and even before then during caveman times, when they were creating works of art in caves, women in art have always been depicted as lesser than men. They were depicted as housewives, prostitutes, those who were based on what men defined as good and beautiful. We were more so muses when it came to work of art, and when it came to creating those works of art, we were never considered to be artists. We were lesser than, we were subordinate to men in all aspects of daily life, which all consisted in art. Nowadays, women do not accept these roles. We're a lot more strong-minded. We're a lot more hardworking. We're a lot more strong-willed. Gender roles have completely changed. Women and men are somewhat equal in most aspects in society. Though women may not be completely equal to men when it comes to the workplace and certain things in society, when it comes to household situations and things like that, women are seen to be a lot more equal to men. Therefore, gender roles centuries ago were women didn't work, women had to stay home, women couldn't make money, women had to take care of children and had to clean the home every day and cook every day for their husbands while their husbands went to work and did what they wanted to do. They made the money, and if they wanted to, be with other women, that was what it was, because women couldn't leave because we didn't have the means, the opportunities, and the money to do so. Nowadays, women work just as men do. Men clean the home just as women do. Men cook just as women do. We drive just as men do, so on and so forth. So at this point in time, women have completely shifted in society, but that means we've also shifted in art, because we're not only muses, or we're not only depicted as prostitutes or certain things in works of art. We're actually creating works of art now, and we're actually showing the independence of women in works of art. So art and art education. The first thing I want to discuss really quickly is gender in art. Just as I said, gender roles in society have always been present, and this is the same for art. Gender roles can be depicted through works of art. We can look at ancient works of art. We can go through the ancient Greeks, the ancient Romans, the ancient Egyptians, and we can go through archaic times. We can go through the Baroque periods and just discuss how women have shifted so much then, but women have shifted so much now. Men were always above women, and women were always subordinate to men when it came to so many centuries ago in art. Now, women like to be seen as equal to men. We never wanted to be over and make men subordinate. We just wanted to create levels of equality. Art education is very important because art and art education teaches that changes in art equals a change in society. Anytime society has changed, art basically records the things that society does. So when society changes, whenever we have wars, whenever we have civil unrest, whenever we have certain situations that happen, just as we do now, just with the civil unrest, the racial injustice, and all of the issues that we're seeing now, art is documenting that. So art plays an important and pivotal part in education as well as history, because just as textbooks document things, art documents very much so changes and it allows us to see how far we've come and how much further we have to go, because we still have so much work to do. I really want to quickly talk about the sex of the artist. The sex of the artists determine the bias that will be in the works of art. As I stated in the beginning, men were more so prominent in being artists. Men were dominant in the art world. Therefore, their bias of women showed in their work of art. Now, men and women are artists, so that very much is important because it shows their own bias of gender and gender roles. A lot of men nowadays aren't really thinking that they're over women or that women are subordinate. However, their bias can still be certain things when it comes to women, because men and women will always think differently, even if we are both in the advancement of both sexes. So my work of art was very important to me because I wanted to sketch women of different cultures and kind of shift them together to show inclusivity and diversity. Then I changed it to wanting to paint women of different cultures to show inclusivity and diversity. But then I thought that a photograph of women now would be the best documentation for inclusivity and diversity. So I wanted to embody and identify with the modern woman, which is a working woman, which is a hardworking woman, which is a strong-willed woman, which is an independent woman. And though, of course, we still appreciate the presence of men, the presence of other people, we do not need to feel the presence. And that's what's so important about the modern woman today. So again, women are strong, beautiful, intelligent, and hardworking. Every day we carry the burdens of others, but we still manage to take care of ourselves and the people we love. This can tie into so many of the mental issues and the mental health issues nowadays, because with the growing society, we as women as well as men, people in general, are carrying so many mental burdens. We're creating so many mental issues within our society, but that's a topic for another time. Modern women work multiple jobs and still find time to show love to others. This is something that I really, really wanted to depict in my work of art. It was so important to me to depict that. I really want to be thankful to all the women that I was surrounded with that supported me in this project. So actually, my project ended up being a photograph of the women that I work with. I have a part-time job at Victoria's Secret, and I decided to photograph them after work. And the cool thing about it is they're all different cultures, different races, different colors, different ethnicities, different religions, and I'm so very hell-bent on different aspects of women, different characteristics of women, and different kinds of women. So I wanted to depict that. I wanted to show that really quickly if I can find it. This is them. I was so thankful that they took this photo for me. They're all different kinds of women, gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual, Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Christian, Muslim. I just was so thankful that we were able to do this. So thank you.